Hello YouTube, it is iDevice Explorer and I am bringing you another Pokemon video, but today it is Top 10 Tuesday. And it's probably going to go up a little late today, but yeah, so I'm going to try to start getting into videos that are themed, like Top 10 Tuesday, I'm trying to think of them off the top of my head, Strategy Saturday, Trivia Thursday, where I do this trivia thing, and then I do a giveaway to the first person to get all the right answers. And what's tomorrow's Walkthrough Wednesday. Yeah. So that being said, let's get into this top 10 video. This one is the top 10 starters, and I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible, but that's hard because it's starters, and yeah, starters are pretty much. They're all good, so yeah. So number 10, I gave Empoleon the number 10 spot, and it's Empoleon's evolution line. I just think the whole water steel typing is pretty awesome. It just looks cool. It's a penguin, steel, water. What more do you want? That's about all I really have for Empoleon. So coming in at number 9 is a cool grass type, but what made it stand out more is that they gave it a Mega Evolution, and that is Mega Venusaur, obviously, Venusaur, and it's a cool Pokemon. It's bulky enough to withstand some hits, and it can leech, seed, stall. It can be a little trolly at times, but it's fun to use. And it's one of the original starters, so I'm sure that's going to be favored a little. And yeah, it's just evolution line's cool too. Bulbasaur's a cute Pokemon at the beginning, and then it goes all the way up to Venusaur. Coming in at number 8 is Blastoise. And it was already cool enough being a tank, like a water turtle, with cannons on its back. But then they made its Mega Evolution, and don't even get me started. Those, 3 cannons, it's just overpowered and awesome. That was one of my first starters, and it's cool. Blastoise is a really cool Pokemon, and so is Squirtle, its whole evolution line. So, number 7, I'm going to give to Infernape, just because how can you not like a fire monkey? Sure, it is firefighting, I'll give you that, and at this point, most people are sick of firefighting. At least it's the second time. It's only the second time at this point. At least it's not Emboar. Man, Emboar. Poor Emboar. But yeah, Infernape is fast, and it has a wide move pool, and it's close combat. It's just awesome. So coming in at number, which one am I on? 6, I believe? Yes, 6, is Swampert. And some people may not like Swampert, some people do, I don't know. But its ground and water typing is just really, it's unique at that point. I think that's the first, don't quote me on this, I think maybe it's the first water ground type, because I know that, Gastrodon comes after that, and obviously Seismitoad and others. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but maybe Quagsire. I don't know which one Gen Quagsire's in. Maybe it's 2. Maybe I'm not wrong, but Swampert it's the only starter with water ground, and I don't know, there's just something. It's a good Pokemon to use for a walkthrough, or for just playing. And its Mudkip is the cutest, has to be the cutest Pokemon. But number 5 is Typhlosion. Typhlosion is just a powerhouse. It looks so awesome. Just eruption and all that fire, it's one of the best fire types. The reason that I don't like the Gen 2, this is biased, but I'm not a fan of the Gen 2 as much because they're all monotypes. It just doesn't make it as interesting as some of the other ones that have dual types. So yeah, but it does have a cool evolution line as well. Greninja is coming in at number 4, and this is the only Gen 6 Pokemon starter to make it onto the list. And that is because it's Greninja. He has to be, I think, the coolest Pokemon. The only thing that holds him back is that he's frail. But I mean, he is a ninja frog, and he's shiny. He has a shiny Pokemon. He's black, and he just looks so cool. Water Shuriken. And protein, just to add protein on there. He's a really awesome Pokemon. Coming in at number 3 is Blaziken. Blaziken is just they gave it a Mega Evolution. It's the only Pokemon other than the first gen to get a Mega Evolution, and that's because everybody loves Blaziken. Well, I shouldn't say that. Not everybody loves him or her, but Blaziken is an awesome Pokemon, and at that point, Fire and Fighting wasn't the most hated type of all time, so it was still cool back then. And he's like a bird, a chick. So, yeah. Number 2 has to be almost everybody's favorite starter, Charizard. Charizard just has the whole awesomeness factor to him. He is obviously the favorite by Nintendo and probably a lot of people because he gets 2 Mega Evolutions, and they're both sick. Like, Mega Charizard Y with Drought. I rank them both pretty high on my Mega Evolution ranking because they're both great. And Charizard is just as good, maybe not for battling, but back in the Gen 1 days, he was a really good Pokemon too. Coming in at number 1 is probably going to be debated. Some people aren't going to agree, but this is, from my biased point of view, I'm giving number 1 to Sceptile, just because Sceptile is he's so chill. He just sits around with his grass, and he comes out, and back in Gen 3, I don't think they had the split yet, so Leaf Blade was a special move. So he could just Leaf Blade everything to death, and he was fast. So Sceptile was just the Pokemon, and it wasn't like overpowered like Blaziken or Swampert. It was just a fun Pokemon to use back in the Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire days, and that was the first starter I picked for that generation, and I think that generation had the best Pokemon starters. So that is my top 10 starters, top 10 starters rankings. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. iDevice Explorer out.